Hello everyone, and welcome to the first edition of Tuesdays with Adam! Yay! So this week's topic is about perceptions of masculinity and femininity. Anemone. So when I was a kid, I was basically a little boy. I looked like a boy, people thought I was a boy, I liked that people thought I was a boy, and I really didn't like it when people called me things like beautiful or pretty or gorgeous or that sort of thing, because even when they called me those things, I didn't feel like those things. And then middle school started, and puberty started, and it sucked, and it was awful, and I hated it, but I decided to start trying to get in touch with my inner girl, and started, trying to be pretty, because I knew I liked boys. I knew I liked them, and I wanted them to like me. So I grew my hair out. I tried to start wearing makeup. I wasn't very good at it. And during this time in my life when I was growing out my hair and I was trying to be more like the girl that society was telling me I was, I got sort of mixed perceptions from different people in my life. So like my parents' friends were calling me pretty and cute and beautiful and that sort of thing. But, my peers still just thought I was a tomboy, and, the boys that I was trying to appeal to just told me that I was like one of the guys to them, and therefore not dateable. So during high school and college and the first part of grad school that I'm currently in, I decided to just stop caring about what people thought and wear clothes that made me happy and comfortable. Which turned out to be just pretty androgynous stuff, like cargo shorts and t-shirts. So during that time, a lot of people just assumed that I was a butch lesbian because of the way I wore my hair and the way I dressed and my general demeanor. And so I found myself constantly explaining, no, I'm actually straight. My style really hasn't changed all that much, but I do find that I get more excited about going shopping, but I think I'm still in search of what my style actually is.
Am I a button-down kind of guy? A jeans hang low, oversized t-shirt, baseball cap kind of guy? Or am I a shorts, t-shirt, and chacos kind of guy?
I'm still figuring out what my particular expression of masculinity is, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. One thing that I did go through when I first began to actively present as male in public was that I felt that I had to look pissed off and mean all the time and not show any expression in my voice or in my gestures, my hand movements, my body language, because I thought it would help me pass more. And it kind of backfired. It just made me feel pissed off all the time because that was the vibe that I was giving off. And I realized that I was happier when I was just being myself. This is who I've always been. I felt when I began to transition, I felt like I needed to change who I was to prove to people that I was actually male. But the truth that I discovered is that I have always been me. That's not going to change when I transition. I'm going to, change physically, but I'm not going to be a different person. And so once I realized that, I began to express my masculinity in a way that resonated with me and made me much more happy and confident and assured in myself. And when that happened, I began to pass more. So my advice to you, dear viewer, is to just be yourself. Be yourself in whatever way that manifests, depending on your level of personal safety and outness and all of those factors that you have to consider. But in my experience, I've found that if you hold yourself with confidence and you don't question yourself, then other people are probably not going to question you. That's what I've found in my experience. I can't speak for everyone. I feel like this probably isn't very helpful advice. I'm just basically saying, yay, be yourself. And I know it's much more complicated than that, but that's all I've got. So this week's topic is paired with an organization called Beauty Image. It seems to be mostly geared towards women, but the values and the mission that they put forth are applicable to anyone, really. We all deserve to feel safe, confident, and comfortable being who we are. And while some of that is dependent on people just learning not to be douchebags, we can, to an extent, choose to perceive our bodies in a way that is resonant with our gender identities. And this is not to diminish the reality of dysphoria in any way, because that is a very real thing. But I found that the way that I perceive my body has actually helped me alleviate some of that dysphoria. For example, I am 5 feet tall. I'm a really short dude. But I don't think of myself as short. I go around assuming that I am a normal height for a guy because I am a guy, and why should it matter to anyone else how tall I am? I don't feel that I have to conform to these preconceived notions of what it is to be a man and what it is to be masculine in order to be who I am. And who I am is a guy. So yes, check out Beauty Image. Great, great organization. There should be a link down there in my pants for you to click on. So go click on it and support them. So I hope all of you beautiful and or handsome people have a wonderful week. And I will see you next Tuesday.
To love yourself in your own skin.
I know what you're thinking.
And to be proud of yourself as
Who's
yourself.
this handsome,
And
enigmatic
that's
young man
empowering. That's so
with the
amazing.
piercing hazel
You know,
eyes and
every
stylish
single
and
day,
disheveled hair?
we're inundated.
Okay,
just
maybe you weren't thinking
absolutely
that.